A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Up the middle they go. Hampton. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
On first down, it's Hampton.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8. Dobbins running out of the gun.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
You talk about this Seahawk defense.
They were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 22-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. They'll run on first down. Hampton. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Second and 6.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hampton, and he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 14. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Now a handoff up the middle.
Hampton. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
And they'll send the tight end in motion.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Up the middle they go. It's Hampton. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Throwing is McCarthy. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. Touchdown, Vikings! J.K. Dobbins.
His 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Vikings will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Extra point attempt to come here. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. And they'll run. It's Ken Walker.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 5.
Let's go now.
Slot man moves right.
They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet.
Go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. This one caught by Kittle. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
19 Lions. Set. Mustang 19. Buffalo 18. Dragon 60.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. On the move to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Seahawks are an extra point away from drawing level.
This is a great decision right here. Out of the pocket to his left, and he knows if he waits too long, the defense is going to be all over it. So he makes a decision to go and wins the race to the pylon.
Aubrey good with the PAT.
And we are tied at 7.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Intercepted. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Ready.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground.
Touchdown, Seahawks. From 3 yards out. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. a nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And that makes the score 14-7.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. On play action, now McCarthy. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, the offense, they've really not been able to mount anything yet on that drive, and the defense made sure they couldn't mount anything. The interception and the return adding 6 to the scoreboard.
And that's no small return for a linebacker, partner. He took matters into his own hands and his legs on that pick. And once he had it, I don't think anyone on the field could have stopped him.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And it's now 21-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
2nd and 10. They'll go again with Dobbins.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
The Vikings on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. To the air with McCarthy.
And that will be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in the touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 15 more yards there and quickly another 1st down.
That's good for the Seahawks. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
He'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The Seahawks at 7-2 here on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Out of the gun, Walker with it.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
That is caught. He's got the 1st down and more.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. George Kittle, 33 yards.
And the Seahawks take a 3-touchdown lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one. Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here's McCarthy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Parks. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down.
65,
Sticking with the pass. Here's McCarthy. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Now McCarthy. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
let's go now.
McCarthy is set to throw it.
He finds his man, complete. It's Parks. Touchdown, Vikings! A big play there. 47 yards.
And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
70 Lion. Hurt. 19 Lion.
Straight ahead, Walker.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Now 3rd down and 7.
Mustang 19. Here we go. Set. Buffalo 18. Ready.
Back to throw.
He completes this to Walker.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded just inside the 20. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A strong showing the last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is. This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Third down from the gun, McCarthy. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is fielded at the 27. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Ready? 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Trap 60, go.
They'll set up a throw.
Catch is made by Metcalf. Now he's loose down the middle of the field.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
DK Metcalf, 68 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And they just ran the fly route there, didn't they?
You broke it down perfectly. He ends up catching that one and taking it all the way into the end zone.
Well, thanks. It was pretty simple to break down, though. I mean, that's just a guy going, running on the go route, making a play.
Speed, speed, speed. And what does it do?
It kills.
There you go.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Reek Woolen.
And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Vikings are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this is potentially a nervy situation this close to their own goal line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that will bring up second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Second down and 3.
Back to throw. McCarthy. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. Well, Charles, you're so close. Time there, you throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback, and the third quarter will start from the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Here we go, here we go. 60-6, 60-6. Bring it.
Third quarter begins with a run by Walker.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down.
If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, That's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Warriors 70. 79 Bronco. Cup 19. Cup 19. Check go.
Looking to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
60 Maverick. Let's go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And Walker with it over the middle. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it'll be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Over the middle, complete. It's Parks. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Looking to throw McCarthy. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there for Minnesota. 46 yards.
It's your first drive of the second half. You're down on the scoreboard. Maybe you just say to yourself, let's take a shot, see if we can shake them up. And boy, they hit that one.
Throwing is McCarthy. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
They'll look to throw again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great play there. With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings get a bit closer. The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2.
The Vikings will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Check. Go.
McCarthy going to look to throw for it.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further.
Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
And a quick throw here that's complete.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Steps away to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Operating from the gun, McCarthy. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion, 1 more good rep, and they get off the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun.
McCarthy.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Ken Walker, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from going up by 30. Aubrey good with a PAT.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
That's complete to Baker.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20. But over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic. So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
first down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
70 range, 70 range. 19 Lion. Ready.
They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Dameon Pierce taking it in from the 20. And the Seahawks get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
Seven Pirates. Here we go, set. Warriors 70.
To the air with McCarthy. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Baker. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go. Ready.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down. conversion.
This is where you can try and get a tight end in space. They like this matchup, so they're going to let their two receivers to his outside run simple little short routes, hoping to suck up the secondary. And that'll free up space for their tight end on a corner route to make a big play.
McCarthy going to throw again. Going up top. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps, because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Let's go.
They'll give it up to the big man Walker. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. Finding room at midfield.
Down the sideline past the 40. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good pickup there at 22.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense, because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Pierce now up the middle.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down.
Going for it with Pierce.
And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He'll get this to Baker.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Go.
Throwing again, McCarthy.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked by Julian Love.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
And he'll get it here on the touch pass.
And this one also slow and developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
From the gun, it's Walker.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they come through with 3 after forcing the turnover. But CD's second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
Through the middle of the field.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point safely through as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Dragon 60. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Warrior 70. Ready.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's second down.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
He'll drop to throw.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. Room to maneuver at the 35.
And he'll be taken down at the 26.
That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, first and 10.
Let's go now.
A give for Walker running right.
Now, somehow he was able to sidestep that first tackler, but still hit and taken down behind the line.
Okay, ready.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
At the Vikings 27-yard line.
60 Eagle, 60 Eagle. Ready, ready.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Ready.
On play action, they'll throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
They'll turn things over to Brandon Aubrey now for the field goal.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Running right, here's Walker. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here we go.
Give left side for Pierce.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them. But all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Seahawks, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Yellow, yellow. Right side. Right side. Yellow. Right side. Right side. Right side. Right. Right side. Right side. Yellow. Right side. 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 Fire down these two. Fire down these two. Right side. Yellow. Right side. Yellow. Right side. Yellow, yellow. Right side. Right side. Right, right side. Yellow, right side. Right side. Yellow, right side. Right side. Yellow, right side. Right side. Shut up. Ready.